Welcome to the Journey of Self. This is your coach, Manaz Amjad. In this particular series, my intention is to assist you with awareness and knowledge so that you deal with the challenges of life the right way. The title of our today's session is What is Beneath the Problem? This one is actually an extension to a previous one wherein I had already shared with you, titled What's the Problem? In which I gave you an example from my own life and how, when we label our problems, we find a grip to it. This is the second in that, a kind of a sequential second step. And this is most applicable to those when we are dealing with issues and challenges in our life, which we find are something where we are stuck in it for the longest period of time. And this is when you need to pick this particular journal prompt and try to probe further to understand the deeper why beneath the issue. Let me share with you an example from my coaching world. Many years ago, I coached a young girl who was barely into her early 20s and was recommended to me by a woman group because she was into a very violent behavior. There was someone in her distant family member who was stalking her and has been sending her some text messages, following up with her. Initially, she politely kind of refused, but later on, this whole thing blew up into a major family conflict between the two parties. Amidst this girl, her behavior turned so violent that she created a major scene in middle of the road with this particular guy who used to stalk her but was not doing it anymore. And this led to further complexities in their family conflict, which was already going on at various other layers. That day, when she became very violent, post that, she went into a shell and disconnected with almost everyone in her family, including her friends, and stayed like that for weeks and months together. When she joined me for my coaching assignment, initially she was a bit reluctant. I knew of these details because she came in from a referral and was in need of help. And it was a different coaching assignment, however. This particular technique, what is beneath the problem, was something that I had used with her. So we did the first step, which is to label the problem. And then I probed her with very specific journal prompts related to her case, to her issue, to something that she was stuck in for months and months together, with help of some very powerful questions to help her dig what really was the problem beneath this behavior of hers in which she found herself stuck in for the longest time in her life. A cheerful, young, happy-go-lucky girl turned into a depressive recluse. And this particular technique really helped her find so many insights and awareness, which was actually the beginning of our coaching assignment. I can't divulge the precise results that came out, but my intention here is to let you know when we find ourselves in issues, whether it is that girl or we, or for that matter, anyone else, being into an issue repeatedly, like going through the same emotion of anger, rage, shame, guilt, trying to cut off from people or just trying to behave in extremes. One of the best ways that we could find some clarity is through two set of methods. One is to breathe. Yes, you heard it correctly. To breathe, but in a certain way. Breathing has a lot of science to it. And it not just calms your mind, but it clears your head and your racing heart. And before we find a solution to anything, we first need to calm down that organ of our body, which is the main organ, which is our brain. And unless we get that into a calm state and move it out of the stressful mode, we can never find a solution to anything, be it a small issue or a major one. The second thing to this is, once you calm down your mind, the second thing, when you find yourself stuck in an issue for the longest period of time, is to probe further by understanding. Once you have labeled your problem, going a bit deeper and with some set of specific questions, getting to the root of what's really beneath the problem. All you would need there is a support of a coach and some courage to find and accept whatever comes up. So the call to action for you today is identify, do you have any such issue where you feel you're still stuck in it for the longest period of time and you've been doing everything but still not been able to find a way out of it? My answer to you is, in fact, I would say your action item that you need to do is, if you journal, try to write it down and answer this to your own self. What's beneath this problem? What's the deeper why? You never know, you may just come across something that you never wanted to come face to face with. Once having done so, seek support, because that will be the point and place where your actual development and growth begins. That's all for today, friends, and I'll talk to you soon.